Hey Sagittarius friends, my name is Cara and I have a reading for you for the month of September. I'm going to do a general energy for the month and then follow that up with career finances. And at the very end, I'll touch on romantic connections and love for those who are single or, newly dating, not engaged-ish or married. So stick around, please subscribe if even half of this resonates and you want to catch the next one. I'm just getting going, so all of those free subscribe clicks really make a difference for me. So thanks in advance for that. As I was tuning into the energy for you for September, I had this kind of like knowing, but it was gentle and comforting, but a little tired and slow. And this felt like there's something like a decision you've been pondering over that was quite large. Could be related to career or a significant relationship in your life, or even, where you're living at the moment. Like maybe you've been considering a move. And in the recent past, you've had experiences where it's felt like a struggle and really intense. That like you're trying to make it work, whatever it is, or like logically think out all of the scenarios or escape routes or what you can do to make the situation either go away or resolve it or come to a decision. And it's been recently that you have gotten to a point where you're just kind of tired. You're tired of that decision-making process. And it's like you want to get into the most comfortable bed you've ever slept in and have like the best night's sleep of your entire life. And it's almost as if like when that happens, the brain fog lifts and your intuition rushes in, and suddenly you have the download you need, the information you needed to make that decision. And the card that like is related to this that I pulled right before the reading, and this is from the Starseed Oracle, but it's jump in. So like this pool, it looks like an eye, but it's like suddenly you're seeing what you need to do and you just dive right in because you've waited long enough. You've contemplated this decision long enough, and now it's time for the adventure and to say yes to change. So I hope that resonates with you. Okay, Sagittarius, so let's get 3 cards on the overall energy for September for you. Kind of off like a rocket already. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups, 9 of Pentacles, and the Wheel. Yeah, la, la, yeah. So this makes sense with the, kind of emotional turn and downloads and just being an open channel to messages from beyond and the other side and from spirit in the universe. Like, you are in flow, and so it just can't help but just surround you. And it's like you're magnetizing things, but you're also magnetizing this energy, this flow of awareness where you know exactly where you need to be and what you need to be doing. And because of that certainty, you are going to have an abundance here. So I see this as like you have, the financial abundance coming in, but you also have, support from others, and like it's peace. It looks like a dove to me. So there's a peacefulness coming in. There's a certainty. Like you've done the heavy emotional lifting, the mental agony and anguish, and now you can just say, hey, I can celebrate where I'm at right now, and this is amazing. But definitely I feel like there's love here too, but we can get to that later. Okay, and the wheel. So you really can't make a wrong choice. So even if like you think that this adventure and jumping in and saying yes to change is way out of the ordinary for you, and you might be thinking like, what will people think? What will the neighbors say? And it doesn't matter what they say. Like, you do you. This is your life, and you need to do what makes sense to you right now and harness that power. And it's definitely, you are in this position at this moment in September where you are alchemizing the energy. So like the difficult, shadowy bits that you've been through recently, you are now able to like see how they have helped propel you to this current place on your path and your journey. And you can see how they're like bringing you this abundance, but you also know that like you need to play the game, you need to spin the wheel, you need to roll the dice, you've got to be involved to really allow the magic to flow and to happen. So Sag, that is your overall energy for September. Let's take a look at specifically at career and finances. Okay, 4 of Cups, the Chariot, and the 6 of Cups. Cool. All right, well, there is something that you haven't considered. And I think that when it comes to career and finances, for those of you who are making a change and jumping in, you don't necessarily see yet the abundance that's on its way to you. So you've like maybe tried looking for different jobs or different types of roles at your current company, or even in the industry you've been in for a while. And I'm really not suggesting leaving a job without having something new in its place. It's always nice to have a safety net so you can go do bigger, bolder things. But this, it's being offered to you. There's someone else's hand who's offering this new opportunity, and it's in a spot where you haven't looked. Like she's looking away from this cup, and the abundance is coming. It's divine blessings that are coming from above into this cup. And I do feel like if you make a bold move, or just decide one day you're going to say yes to every opportunity that comes your way, just as an experiment almost, that'll be something that can shift your perspective. So you go from looking at these cups to going to this cup. Something that came to mind was, just shifting your routine slightly. So maybe waking up an hour earlier, or if you usually go to the gym after work, go to the gym before work. Like you might see a former colleague or a friend at that different time that ends up sparking your perspective and your sight on that new opportunity. And once it comes, it'll come fast. So we've got the Chariot here. So September holds some rapid change for you when it comes to career and finances. It feels exciting and good to me, but it's almost like you're breaking records. And people are finding it quite unexpected, given the market or given, your experience, whether you're brand new at a company or you've been there for a long time. You're breaking some sort of record that impresses people and allows you to be seen. So be ready to receive those accolades and to push yourself more than you ever thought possible. But it's not going to necessarily take more energy for you. It's going to be you being in flow with the universe and spirit, and just really realizing how you can best harness that power for you. And yeah, with the Six of Cups, it's someone from your past coming in to help guide you or be in your life. And this also brings me back to like that gym story where you mix it up a little bit and you end up seeing a friend or a former colleague at that different time who you normally wouldn't run into. And because you've kind of shifted your schedule for a day or two, you're able to bump into them and a new opportunity comes up. So that's us for career and finances. Let's see what we have for love and romance for September. Dear Sagittarius, let's see what we've got here. Okay. So strength. You are just walking with and flowing and moving through your life right now in September as a super confident person. It's like you've read all the books, you know all your stuff, and you are very sure of who you are. You know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, and you're also vulnerable when you need to be. Like, you have boundaries to protect your heart, but you are also vulnerable like this lamb here. And it's almost like you finally realize that you need to protect your heart and your inner child. And because of this, you know your worth, and you are not going to accept people or behaviors that could potentially hurt you, or they have caused pain. Like, those people and experiences are no more. Like, you've moved on and you'd rather be by yourself than wait for that person to apologize or change their behavior. You're just done. You're moving on to bigger and better things. Ace of Swords came in. So there's definitely something coming in for you. And I think there could be a risk of some overthinking, and you really need to, get that information in. If it's your intuition guiding you somewhere, like, trust it, but also use your strength. You've got this strength now. You have your own, tune into your own heart and your own vulnerability. Let that guide you as well. And don't be afraid to speak up and ask questions, because sometimes what can seem so complex in our heads actually has a very reasonable and easy and simple answer. And all of those guide you to the Two of Cups. So in love, there is a connection that is coming, or you may already be in it. And I don't necessarily know if it's lifelong soulmate connection, but it definitely feels very meaningful, as far as it will be confirmation that you are on the right path and you are doing the right things and you're making the right choices. So just validating that, your whatever decision you've made to change, it was the right one for you, and it's leading you with more certainty in love. Like you can trust your heart because you can see how it's making your heart and your mind connection, because you can see how the intuition and all of it coming together has helped change your life in so many other ways, whether that's career, where you live, who you're spending your time with. And it has softened your heart and like opened your eyes to really receive the love that you've always wanted, and like a bigger love than you've always wanted. And it just seems like it's going to be a very impactful relationship, and that each of you are going to heal parts of yourselves with each other that you perhaps wouldn't have been able to heal on your own or with others, or it would have taken a longer period of time. But because the two of you are connecting now in this amazing age of soon to be Aquarius, like a lot of magical things are going to happen for both of you. All right, Sagittarius, that's September. I hope that this resonated. Please give me a subscribe, a comment if there was anything that stood out. I love you so much. Good luck in September. Bye.